Hey folks, James Abrinio coming to you. I know it's been a few weeks since the last time I shot a video. Just a lot going on as far as cases going through. And then for those of you that don't know, I actually have an infant at home. My wife gave birth to a beautiful baby girl about 5 months ago. And so as you probably know, newborns and infants, they take a lot of work and they cause a lot of uncertainty. So just trying to keep things organized. In the coming weeks, my goal is to get back at shooting more videos, dealing with both talking about Virginia, personal injury, and criminal law, as well as commenting on various news issues dealing with the law. So hopefully I can bring additional content. But I did want to take a moment to just do a short video. And this is a little bit different. I promise you, this is not something where I'm trying to pitch products and things like that. But I wanted to talk about these recent Meta Ray-Ban glasses I got. And the reason I thought about them, one of my big recommendations for folks, both in my criminal practice and my personal injury practice, in addition to getting more car insurance, and when encountering law enforcement, to assert your Fifth Amendment until you get a chance to talk to law enforcement, until you get a chance to talk to your attorney, is I always recommend folks get dash cams on their car in case there is some type of accident. You have objective evidence about what happened or didn't happen. That way you're not reliant on witnesses. And some people are worried, well, what if, James, that means that it proves that I'm negligent in a car crash? Well, I'd rather you take that risk because I trust your judgment rather than some random person's judgment that you may end up having a crash with. And if you're diligent enough to get a dash cam installed, you're probably likely going to be more safe when you're driving and more thoughtful in your actions. This is the reason I'm talking about these Meta Ray-Bans. Part of the reason I got these is because I do my own site investigation. So if there's a car crash through an intersection, a lot of times I will try to video camera or video intersections as I'm driving through them, just so I have that, just so I get a better sense. And it's always been a little bit weird. I use my dash cam. It's been okay. Sometimes I'll hold up my cell phone, which I think that's kind of dangerous. So these camera, these Ray-Ban Metas allow me to just hit the little record button on the top, and then it has a camera on this side of things that allows you essentially to get a first-person view. And on this side, there's a little LED, so people know when you're recording. So if you're walking around and, folks, you don't have to worry about people being creepy so long as this LED is on. That way you're kind of giving notice to people that you're recording. So I think that's a good thing. But a lot of times I have cases, for instance, protective orders where folks are worried they've been have a protective order issued against them where they're claiming they didn't do it, and they want to make sure that nobody's claiming they did anything wrong. You may be a victim of a crime, or you may have a protective order against somebody else. And having these are transition lenses, so you can get them to sunglasses. Just having these available, and you just put them on and you just press the button, or you can just say, "Hey, Meta, record." That way, it's very easy to make sure that you have a record about what's happening. I think these record for 3-minute increments. They have 8 hours of battery life, and so I've just found these super useful. Like I said, I have an infant at home, and I really use these a lot also to just do home recordings. So when I'm changing her and she's smiling at me, that kind of thing, it's cute. But again, I would highly recommend getting these, especially if you're involved in any type of situation where you're worried that you might need evidence. If you're worried about someone approaching you that shouldn't be approaching you, or if you're worried about somebody saying you're approaching them and you want to make sure that you can prove that you haven't approached them, at least in increments, it's very easy. I previously would recommend folks get like GoPros and things like that, and even heck, wear a lanyard, that kind of thing, which it was just very, it wasn't likely that people were going to do it. But having glasses is pretty easy. These things look pretty cool. And I think these cost like $500. They're relatively expensive. You can get, this is second generation. You can get a first generation, probably now $300. There's a new fancier one that has a display the glasses themselves. It was like $900. I'm not doing that, but and I'm not recommending anybody do it. I'm just saying this is something that I would recommend folks think about doing. Dash cams, AI glasses that you can record, and that way, again, if there's any question about what actually happened, boom, it's a really easy scenario. And of course, with the LED, it's the same thing as if you're holding up your cell phone, and maybe that puts you in a weird situation. But like I said, a lot of times people that are calling me are in very sensitive situations where saying to somebody, "Hey, look, I'm actually recording. Please step away." That kind of thing can be useful. If you're involved in a car crash, right, and you need to get out and take photographs, you got your sunglasses on. I always tell people, take photographs of what happened. Hit the record button. It's there. It's easy. Slip and fall cases. I always tell people, take photographs. Unfortunately, a lot of times people are physically injured, but if you get your sunglasses and you just put them on, a lot easier. Now, look, again, will everybody follow my recommendations? No. Is it possible that you're going to have them in your purse or your car when you need them, and they won't be available? Sure, I get it. I'm not expecting people to be perfect. I'm just saying, when I see things or I find things that are useful that I think clients could use, frankly, other attorneys could use, like how I use them, I try to do my best to spread knowledge, and I've just been really geeking out over these. So for what it's worth, my wife's probably going to make fun of me because I've been sitting around wearing these things, and she thinks I'm a total nerd, but I am who I am. So wish you guys the best again in the future. I'm hoping to do more videos. Oh, another thing, so you will notice that the name of our YouTube channel changed to Abrinio Cho. It was formerly the Abrinio Law Podcast. A little over a year now, or maybe it's under a year. It's been less than a year. My wife joined the practice. We immediately got pregnant, and so she's not working as much now on leave, and she can take as much time as she wanted. But we've agreed for her to come on as a partner. She's now a named partner, and thus Abrinio Cho. Her last name is Cho, a very good attorney. I've been practicing for several years, and we talk about cases all the time. So we figured it makes sense for flexibility purposes and just to make us a better firm. She's much smarter than I am, so glad to have her aboard. But that's the reason the name change, Abrinio Cho. So welcome, Linda. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out. Wish you guys the best. And again, I'll be talking to you soon.